finding out what all these Obama officials knew about the dossier. When they knew it is key. Now, we've been following these developments closely, and we will continue. Joining us now with reaction, Fox News legal analyst Gregg Jarrett, former Trump campaign associate, guy who was spied on for a year based on Hillary's dossier. No dossier, I'm sorry. If no dossier, no application to spy on you, and through you, the entire Trump campaign. Great to be in the middle of it, isn't it?
Completely out of control, Sean, yeah.
All right, but Mueller also, you're on the list of people that he's asking for all these emails, texts, et cetera. Do you know what who the individual is that they're talking about?
Well, there's...
is it a guy that's been melting down on TV tonight?
That's my understanding. You know, after everything I've been through, this is a small drop in the bucket, so kind of become pretty numb to it a long time ago. So,
Greg, what's your take on the list? And what's fascinating about all of this to me is I have my list of people that need to answer questions.
One of the first things you would do as a special counsel would be to begin subpoenaing all of the documents of texts and emails and other communications. And here we are 10 months later, and, you know, Bob Mueller is just kind of getting around to doing that right about now.
Yeah, a little late, right?
Yeah. And, you know, as for this guy, Sam Nunberg, who is a peripheral figure in 2015 before he got fired from the Trump campaign, has been hauling off all day long in an incredibly erratic sort of meltdown way and making all kinds of baseless accusations that he had no access to. For example, he said of Carter Page, he said Carter Page colluded with the Russians. Carter's never even met Sam Nunberg or talked to him.
Well, let's show a little bit of Nunberg. He was on fake news CNN earlier tonight. I think my name came up at some point. Always good to be talked about. You know, free airtime, free promotion. They're obsessed with us. Anyway, let's watch.
So, Sam, I have to ask you one other thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's an awkward question to ask, but, you know, I've interviewed you before. You're sitting very close to me.
Yes.
We talked earlier about what people in the White House were saying about you.
Yeah.
Talking about whether you were drinking or on drugs or whatever they had happened today. Talking to you, I have smelled alcohol on your breath.
Well, I have not had a drink.
You haven't had a drink, so that's not...
No.
So I just, because it is the talk out there, again, I know it's awkward, let me just give you the questions.
Well,
you can categorically answer them. No, you haven't had a drink today?
My answer is no.
Let's go after the guy that appears to be having a national meltdown and then say, oh, I smell booze on your breath. Not me. I didn't have one drink.
There's been a lot of people that have been quite intoxicated for over a year and a half now, so there's nothing new here.
Okay, well, how are you going to respond to Mueller?
You know, I've been cooperative with anyone that wants to talk to me. I think the more the truth gets out there, the better. So,
is there anything you're hearing Nunberg says that resonates in your mind as truth?
I was called by dozens of reporters today, and they were asking me for a reaction. I just said, well, ask them where the facts are. You know, everything should be based on facts, and unfortunately, it's been pretty seldom focused on that thus far.
And now you talk about investigative creep. Now we're looking into the Emirates. Now we're looking into Sam Nunberg and what they know about him. Right. And I'm just, where's the Trump-Russia collusion? Because even last week on The View, you know, Mr. TV himself, Adam Schiff, said there is nothing. He couldn't name any evidence.
Yeah, he's finally backtracking. He was the driving force on every television show he could get in front of a camera on that said Trump-Russian collusion, we're going to prove it. There's all kinds of compelling evidence, he said. Now he doesn't have a shred of evidence. 3 congressional committees have investigated for a year and a half, not a scintilla of evidence of Trump-Russian collusion. Bob Mueller's been at it for 10 months, no evidence of collusion. You know, it's about time that he wrap this hoax up.
How many people are you going to sue?
You know, my main focus right now is on the defamation front, and so that's moving along. But it's similar to the FISA court, right, where they're completely overloaded and they're not able to...
Is the list going to be long?
Well, I think I have a lot of
media people,
very heavy hitters that I'm up against, and I also want $1 from the U.S. government if they own up to the mistakes that they made.
Well, they finally apologized to conservative groups. Thank you both.